Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley Sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty. This is episode 217.
And I'm Allena, also known as Starnits. Today is January 3rd. And this is our bi monthly podcast, unless you're an off month when we don't talk at all.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. Planning podcast this week. New term, new classes. It's exciting. Yay. So yeah, if you're into all the advanced studies, the newts have been going for a month. You still have until no, newts have been proposed, right?
Yeah, they should have been
Yeah.
proposed.
You're already into this and you don't need us telling you that. Anyways, owls, you have till the 22nd to propose them. Um, and wait till they're approved till you start.
And they have 80 detention owls this term. And I haven't proposed yet because I missed it. So today I'm going to look and see if there's even a point of proposing a detention. Because I have many projects that I need to finish that, and I'm going to switch it up. I'm not going to do the same two sweaters I've proposed the last like 50 detention owls I've attempted. Okay, it's only been like 2 or 3. But, yeah. So
I wonder if those are so hard. I wonder why they don't allow more people or more to be done.
I think it used to be 50 and now it's 80, so that's 30 more people.
Good then.
Or maybe it was 60, but still. I think it's because it's only one professor.
Oh.
And I think that it might be
a little much
to a different subject or not. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look. But last time I looked, I think there were 50 approved detention owls, so I don't know if I'll even be able to get in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look into that later because I definitely want to finish that one brown sweater that I was knitting and that blue sweater that I'm crocheting for Madison. And maybe I'm not even going to touch the Hermione sweater because I don't even want to think about it still with the sleeves and
in a timeout.
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't decided. I might throw in a pair of socks to finish. Like a pair of that I'm working on the toes. And it's using those square needles and I hate them so much.
Oh.
So yeah. They were like circulars and the joins are bad. And they're super pointy, like stabby pointy. And yeah, so I might put that one in there just so I finish those socks and get off of those needles.
Those were all the rage, weren't they? The square needles. They're supposed to be better for your hands, but I don't think they are.
Like the bigger ones are cool, but still the joints on the circular needles are not very good. Anyways, back to advanced studies. Sorry.
That's okay. I decided against doing an owl myself because I'm an owl mistress and I don't want to go back there. And I needed a break from my newt, so I didn't do a newt. But I am going to propose an order mission, which you can start proposing those the 4th through the 14th. So that's tomorrow through the 14th. And it's like a camp. I read through it a little bit, but so we're all going to one place to hone our skills or whatever.
Maybe I'll skip the detention owl and just do some spinning for the order mission.
So I'm gonna make Leah's sweater for that, I believe.
Oh, that's smart.
And then there's also Quidditch going on, starting today, right? Today's the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need to look at a phone for that. So the 3rd through the 7th is students quickly resolve to get organized for the coming term. For this match, organize your stash, either virtually or on Ravelry, and you need pictures. So if you're doing it online, You need screenshots of before and after, or if you're doing it, you know, your actual crafting area, you need before and after pictures. So you can do your crafting plans, so project pages, favorites, cues, um, or your tools and like the area that you craft in. Like I could totally organize this mess around me and my crafting table, and my stash like is half downstairs, and I've been meaning to bring it up, so it's like perfect. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's just
That's a good.
my stash up. I'm not putting it in Ravelry because I never keep up with that, and then it stresses me out.
Yeah, I try to keep my stash up to date on Ravelry, um, but I probably have some that I need to put in there still.
I think as long as I can see it when I'm like trying to choose things, then that's a lot easier for me. Like I look through and see what I want and I use it that way. I don't really use the Ravelry stash thing. Though I will say when I spin, I put my hand spun into a project or hand spun page, just so I have that recorded now. And I've been doing that I think for over a year now, so that's been pretty good. Because that does help keep track of yardage and what you spend. But yeah, so I'll be doing that, and that's just this week. And then I don't think they said what was next. Oh, I didn't erase that part. And then instead of a headmistress challenge, we're having a deputy headmistress challenge.
Oh.
And this week, also the 3rd through the 7th, there's gonna be 4 of them throughout the term, I believe. This one is improving your minds, and so for this challenge, do something that flexes your brain muscles. Start a new book or read some of your book you already have going. Watch a movie or a documentary. Sign up for a class or do some work in a class that you are already taking. Learn some words in a new language or do a puzzle. This is a non-crafting challenge. So it's lesser points because it's non-crafting, but pretty easy. I started listening to the Harry Potter books. I'll talk about that more in random randomness, but I think I can use that for there.
I actually have a book I got for Christmas that I want to start reading. I have it with a bookmark in it because I read the introduction on Christmas Day, but I wanted to actually start reading it. So maybe I'll read the first chapter. So that'll be cool.
Totally. All right. So now we can move on to classes. So all that was above and beyond what you need to do. It's all extra.
Yeah. So if you're new to the House Cup, you only have to do 1 class a month for your sorting priority. Some people in different houses, a lot of people in Slytherin like to go all out and do all the things. So that's why we feature all of it, because we're kind of those crazy people. I know that since starting the House Cup, which is real life 9 years ago.
Craziness is what that.
Winter 09 is when I first started. 8 years ago? 9 years ago.
No, it's been 9.
9 years ago, I used to like never have any projects finished, and now my like project completion rate has like increased by like 400%. So yeah. But anyways, okay, so we'll go through the classes. I have to admit I didn't read them this week. First, I know, because normally I'm the one who's read it. So I have no idea.
Read them.
I will have to fill us in on what's going on. So first class is Ancient Runes. For your homework, we want you to focus on the runes around the world by crafting in a concrete manner. So follow a pattern exactly.
Yeah, they basically were talking about different cultures and like the runes they left, like the monolith and all, I don't know, different things, but that they're concrete. So basically you have to follow a pattern to the T.
So you can't do spinning or dyeing, or
if you do spinning or dyeing, they said it was in the FAQ, which is in the first post, I believe. You have to follow a tutorial or directions to a T. Like you need to follow it. You can't take, you know, you can't change pattern. You can choose different yarn and different colors in the pattern, but you need to follow the directions. And it has to be like a published pattern, not just one that you wrote. Well, I mean, if you wrote it, you can follow it if it's published.
Okay.
Pretty simple, just follow a pattern.
Okay, that makes
So art history, magical portraits. They were basically talking about how the portraits are cool because, you know, they can move around from portrait to portrait, but they are not, you know, the actual people. They kind of learn as they go. And then like some portraits are a little more, uh, not smart, but whatever. Like the ones in the headmaster's office, like they've learned and they are a little more helpful because they're there all the time and can give advice and whatever. So paint your own moving portrait by crafting with something in multiple colors or crafting something that moves. Non-wrap crafts will be accepted, including paintings. Oh, fun.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
I can't think so. Anyways, that sounds
Uh,
like fun. I know what I'm going to do for that class. I think.
ooh.
Remember, I had all these batlings from Hobbledehoy, and I want to like, I have like 3 of them, and I think I'm gonna like separate them into like a rainbow gradient type of thing, and then spin them one right after the other, and Navajo fly it.
That'll
That's
be fun.
my idea. So that would work for that because it's multiple colors and they move from one color to the next. So that's, I think, probably where I'll end up putting that because that's my spinning project after I finish this one that I'm working on right now.
That
Well,
that sounds awesome. I don't know if I have something planned for that or not. I'll see.
I usually don't plan for classes. I just craft and then fit into classes. But this one, I can kind of see where it'll fit really easily.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. Next up, care of magical creatures. The Akami. It's a winged serpent, part bird, part snake. The Akami are very aggressive to all who approach it. They lay eggs of pure silver and are very defensive of them. Their feathers have such a shimmer of blues, while their scales are dark purples. Craft something inspired by your study of the Akami. They will be accepting non-Ravelry crafts this month for this class. So that's cool. And if you need to see more about the Akami, watch Fantastic Beasts because they're on there. And they also expand to their space or they shrink to fit their space. So
Yeah.
cool.
Um,
Or check out the new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the illustrated version. Like, you know how they're making the illustrated books? They made the Fantastic Beasts illustrated. I was just looking at it at Walmart today, and I was, like, so wanting it.
Is it big like the Harry Potter ones?
Yeah. It's, like, big, and it's, like, all the pictures, and, like, they're drawn and stuff. It's really pretty. So, yeah. But that's a fun one. So, blues and purples.
Yeah.
Shimmer.
They even said that if you make a 3D one, like I'll say a stuffed one, that you would get bonus points.
That's cool.
So that could be fun.
That is.
But yeah. All right, moving on. Divination. Rather than viewing divination through interpreting dreams, tea leaves, and visions through a crystal ball, this term we will be learning about forms of elemental divination, starting with hydromancy. Hydromancy is a method of divination through water. There are many forms of hydromancy, but the focus of interpreting the colors of the water you're studying, its natural movements such as waves or drops of rain, or the pattern of ripples produced by dropping a pebble into a pool. For your homework this month, we would like you to use these aspects of the element in your crafting. So, craft in the color of water or craft something representing a pattern found in water in nature, such as waves, drops, rings. If you use a color other than one typical association with water, please include a photo showing your inspiration. Non-RAV crafts will be allowed without prior approval.
Um, so that's kind of cool because have you ever seen like pictures of like a sunrise over water? It looks like pink and purple. The water does.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty reflective. So that's kind of a cool class.
Yeah,
Really open this month.
yeah, I like that. Actually, I might hand it a hat that I just made for that with the rings of
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
that.
Um, Flying.
You look at it this way.
Yeah, definitely. And like the brown could be the muddy part of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So flying. Craft something in the colors of the sky, clouds, or sun. Please see the FAQ for acceptable colors. Something in lace weight or fingering to represent lighter than air feeling, or something with an intentional lace pattern, intentional yarn overs, crochet chains used to make holes that are not closed up. Non-Ravelry crafts are being accepted without prior approval as they fit the prompt. Well, that's a lot of classes that are accepting non-Ravelry crafts.
Yeah, they basically said like when you're flying, do you look around? Like just kind of like enjoy your flight and look around and enjoy the sky.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty open. Like clouds can be so many colors in like a sunset or a sunrise or just regular. So yeah, very open. Um, all right. Let's finish this right here. So herbology is the bow truckle. This month for your assignment, honor the bow truckle and craft something for the home or craft something small. Non-Ravelry crafts will be accepted if they fit the prompt. Prior approval is not required. Um, they also said that were known for picking locks, and that I think in that class we're trying to collect some of the wood for Ollivander to make wands or something. I forget what all they said. Read the prompt. But yeah,
That's cool. Um,
think for the home or something small. That's pretty open too.
yeah. I have
Uh,
Christmas days to sew, so all of these non-Ravelry crafts will help.
yeah.
Okay, Muggle studies. Muggle hobbies. Your assignment this month is to craft something that represents or is inspired by a Muggle hobby. Alternatively, you may craft something rectangular in shape to represent Legos and street signs. Non-Ravelry crafts will be accepted if they fit the prompt. Prior approval is not required. Please review the non-Ravelry guidelines before submitting the project, which basically means you can not do something that you started last month. You have to start it all in 1 month. I mean, that's not all of the rules, but most of it, a lot of it is.
Right.
Um, Please note that the craft you're using to represent a Muggle hobby is on its own not enough to satisfy the prompt.
So basically, they were saying like our craft is obviously knitting or spinning, so you can't just say my craft is knitting. Here, this is. You know what I mean? So they said like I don't know. There's examples, but
So, like a rectangular shape for like Legos and stuff, that's fun.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just find some sort of hobby. They even said about like collecting cards or collecting, like trains or you know what I mean? Like find a hobby and then represent it.
I even have that Mochi Mochi book where you knit small things, and they have like she has like a small TV. So if you watch movies as a hobby, stuff like that, you could do that. Um, um, all kinds of stuff.
I know. But we all have hobbies.
I might make a gnome because I have this gnome pattern that I wanted to knit for a while. I might do that because that's a hobby. People collect gnomes.
Maybe I will make a knitted chicken because I'm really into my chickens lately.
And that's a hobby.
Hobby, right? My chickens,
Your pets.
they are pets, but they're still kind of hobbies, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Learning how to raise them.
Yeah, and like gardening, that's a hobby.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can pretty much find anything to do with that. So that's a good idea. Okay. I just read that one. So you're up.
Okay. What I say? Transfiguration. So there we are doing transformation magic. Um as opposed to like no, I'll stop.
Read
um
prompt.
so read the prompt, but your task this month is to try your hand at transformation and untransformation by crafting a convertible item. Craft something that transforms one thing to another and then back again. Spinners, show off your wand work by spinning on a spindle. Dyers, try your hand at dyeing a sock blank or on a spun fiber. Not Rav and non-Rav crafts and non-Rav needle crafts are welcome. Um, Bonus available for additional photos to demonstrate each phase of your transformation. That's cool.
That is cool. And I know that a couple of books I have those dolls where you knit one doll and then you knit the other doll and they go inside of each other.
Yeah, those are cool.
So that would definitely transform into something. So that's cool. You know, and you could do um like I've seen some like vests that you can like change into other stuff that aren't that like a vest or a shawl, you know, stuff like that. You do something cool.
Um, or I've seen like those like cowl slash hat
Yeah,
slash well maybe that's how they are. I don't know. Patterns that can be different things.
that's fun. Okay, so was that the last class?
Um yeah, I think so. I think
So
that's
back to our regularly scheduled podcast, also called Catching Up on December, because we did not podcast at all in December.
yeah,
And
that
we did not fall off the face of the earth. We just got busy, which everyone was busy in December. So I'm doubting anyone actually looked for podcasts in December. They probably are catching up on podcasts that they missed. So
yeah.
we're okay.
Yeah, it was break month, so we took a break. We kind of wanted to podcast,
We
when,
talked about it, and then
and it just didn't happen. With like the house so full, it's hard to get it quiet enough to actually.
like negative degrees, so we couldn't really send the kids outside to podcast
Yeah,
because it was freezing.
and
So
it's still freezing.
yeah, it still is. So okay. So do you have any mojo
um,
for December?
yeah, and while I was writing this up, I realized I never took a picture of the socks I knit for Mary. So I finished a pair of socks for my dad for Christmas. I have a picture of those somewhere. Let me find them. Um, but then I knit a pair of socks for Mary because that was, the goal to make them socks for Christmas.
If you texted her, she would send you a picture.
Yeah, I will. Maybe I'll have them like come over and I can like do. Oh no, wait. Oh well, here they were knit picks, fleecy. I have like a half finished picture.
I like that color. I like the blues and the greens. Not so much the yellow, but I like the blues.
Yeah, she said she liked the colors, so yay.
Is
Um, she likes greens and blues. I also have more of that sock yarn for Chloe because Chloe likes those colors too. Um, but I finished a pair for my dad that the yarn I got from Lauren. think I went too far back to my pictures. Sorry. Lauren, she dyed it. Actually, Trevor, she dyed it, and then Trevor like over dyed it, and it didn't come out. She didn't like it. But I said, hey, that would be perfect for boy socks. They were like fallish colors, and I can't find pictures, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I also, let's see, I knit lots of hats this month. I knit a hat for Truman, which I'm gonna find in 2 seconds. It was green and out of handspun that I spun not too long ago. I'm pretty sure it was Homer.
Then I would feel it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that turned out nice.
And it wasn't fingering weight, so it wasn't the sock head pattern, but it was sock head inspired. So basically it had like 5 inches, which I don't know what the sock head calls for. I just know there's like a lot of ribbing, so it can be folded. So it had about 5 inches of ribbing and then a little bit longer of the stockinette. So it's kind of like slouchy-ish. His wasn't super, super slouchy. But I also made another one for Gabe. His is even more slouchy, but that was out of the Knit Picks Felici as well. His is even more slouchy.
Which is an excellent yarn. I really like that yarn.
I like it a lot too. It's soft, and it was the sport weight, so it wasn't.
And we got those on clearance. They were like clearancing out colorways.
Yeah. Well, this is like from 2 years back because it was sport. I don't think they do Felici sport.
Longer than 2 years.
Last year, I got the fingering weight, which is what I made Mary socks out of. This is
okay.
So for Gabe's, I was sport weight. I used more than a ball. I had 2. So I used the second ball to make this hat for our nephew Joshua.
He'll like that.
Yeah, because his favorite colors are blue and green and orange. So I figured that'll work. And then let me turn real quick. Oh, where did my thing go? What's on the other side? And then I made, well, actually, before that, I made this hat and mitten set for Lucas, which is our other nephew.
Cute.
This is just Cascade Superwash that I had laying around, but I really like the big old pom-pom on top. And just mittens, basic mittens that I followed from the Knitter's Handy Book of Patterns.
Cool.
By Ann Budd, I believe. Yeah. So basically, if you have the gauge, you can. This is a pretty easy. It's got like all the things, basic things. So if you don't know what to cast on or whatever, you find your gauge and it tells you what to do. So I followed that for the mittens, which is funny because I always make mine so skinny compared to the kids' hands. So hopefully these will fit. Like when I don't follow a pattern, I'm always like, oh, their hand is smaller than that. And I like, like I just don't, I don't know. So I need to send these off to them along with that hat. Let's see. And I think that's it.
Wow, that was a lot.
I know. But yeah.
I have some finished objects. I finished a stocking that I was working on actually for a class, maybe. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, like a month ago, so I don't remember. But I finished it for a lady that Andy works with. She had like 3 stockings and then, or 3 stockings. I don't know. She had some stockings that someone had knit for her, and then when she found out I could knit, she asked if I would make some, and I'm looking for the picture. And so I was like, okay. And so I've been making her like for the past couple of years because her kids keep having babies.
How dare they?
So this is the one that I made this time. And then, oops, wrong way. That's the other side, and then that's like the front. So she has me put their name and then the year that they were born. So I finished that. I'm pretty sure I turned that in for a class. And then I finished this wee little baby hat. A couple in our Sunday school, well, we found out they were pregnant, and then like a week later or so, like they waited until she was like 3 months to say anything. They found out she had not a week later, it was a little bit later. She had preeclampsia, so she had to go to the hospital. They weren't able to bring her blood pressure down, so the only way to cure preeclampsia is to deliver the baby. So she had a baby. So she had the baby like ultra preemie, so it's like 25 or 26 weeks. So the baby's in the NICU and it's very small. So I knit this baby preemie pattern, and it's a little long, but I figured she could fold it up.
Yeah.
For the baby, but you know, and this was actually some Felici Sport that Jessica gave me for my sock yarn blanket. I already knit a square out of it, so it was just left over hanging out. And I actually didn't expect to use it all, but I made this pom-pom on it. So, but yeah, so it's like super soft. It's washable. And the baby they had was a little girl. So I knit that for them. I think I'm going to try and knit another hat or two for her and then give her a couple of hats. Because I saw ones that were like a baby hat, but they were like square, and then they had pom-poms on the corners.
Oh, that's cute.
So that I thought that would be cute. So I might do that, like a couple of different hats. Just, you know, because with the baby in the NICU, like my friend had to go home, and, you know, like leaving the baby in the hospital was the hardest thing. And some of the time she isn't even able to hold her because she's not well enough yet. So I figure, you know, if she can give her, put like, you know, a touch of home on it. So that's what I did. And I made it during December, so I didn't get any points, but yeah. So actually I made this like on the way to Wisconsin and back, and then in Wisconsin I finished it. So yeah. And this is actually a pattern that I wrote years ago for the Knitmore girls. They had like a preemie head to toe contest, like use up your extra sock yarn, superwash sock yarn, and make preemie hats and like donate them, like for March of Dimes or something. I forget the actual details, but they had like a contest for like write a pattern, and so I did that. So boom, that's what it is. It's called Raised Argyle. So cool. So I finished that, but that's the only stuff that I actually finished. This
I with Gabe's hat that I knit it like I think I finished it on New Year's Eve. But I saved the ends and I wove those in on the first, so I handed that in for detention.
Oh, that's smart. I should have did that, but I didn't.
And I actually already did that, like go me. There's also in Slytherin they're having a I think it's like a snowball contest or something.
Yeah, like an intramural.
Yeah. So like for this week, so if you can turn in classes, it's like, you know, the manners against each other to see who can get the most in.
Maybe I'll do a preemie hat real quick, because then
I shouldn't have told you that, so we can kick your butt. No, I'm just kidding.
I like major crafters in my manner. I have Finn's my dog. I have I have so many people, hypercycloid. I have so many like competitive people in my manner. So like, yeah. Anyways,
I think it was Finn's my dog, Katie, who said, or I think she posted on Instagram, and she was like, "Oh, I think I have my knitting mojo back. I knit like half a sweater in the morning," and I was like, "What?"
Well, you can knit that fast, but she
not that fast.
Well, she knits super fast. And that sweater, I'm like loving it. I need to go look at what pattern that was, because she was posting a picture of it. And I'm like, that's awesome.
I know. I was like, that's cool. But yeah, so I kind of, that's why I almost actually am going to plan out what I'm going to do for each class so that I can actually turn them in. Sometimes I craft all my things and then like the day or two before the end of the month, I figure out where they're going. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm like, maybe I should do a little bit of planning. Um, but yeah, and I'm really getting the itch to break out my loom and weave some.
Fancy pants.
Because A, you get yardage bonus
Yeah.
points like mad for weaving. I think even more so than spinning. Um, and B, there's a lot of things I've been wanting to do on there. But yeah, so I think I might do that.
Okay. So, any works in progress?
Um, not knitting or crochet right now.
Okay. So I still have socks for Andy that aren't here, and an octopus cozy that I still haven't finished. That also is not here. It's over there and there. So those are what I'm actually working on, knitting and crochet wise.
Okay.
So
So spin me right round.
spinning. I through the month of December, okay, not really through the month. I grabbed fiber for Christmas vacation because I knew I was getting some um, bobbins for Christmas. So I Christmas Day, I pulled out a bat that I got from Lothlorien Fiber Arts. She had like a fiber club that I was part of, and this one was called Lichen. So it was like purples and greens, and I spun up. I got 158 yards, 10 wraps per inch, so like worsted, and it's super soft and fluffy, and it was 3 ounces, so pretty cool. But that's what I did, just for fun.
Beautiful.
And then I started on, let me see if I can find the card for it. I started, and I wasn't going to spin, but I wanted to anyways, so I did anyways. I try not to do too much on the off months, but I missed spinning. I don't think I spun at all in November. So I really missed spinning. So I had brought my Who's Your Doctor fiber club that I from like a couple years ago, and this one was called Spoilers, merino bamboo. So I spun up that. I broke it in half and did fractal. So I have 8 little balls. Actually, there's probably 6 left in here because I spun 2, and then I spun up the full part here, and these are my bobbins that I got, which I was going to talk about, but we're spinning, so I can talk about it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some Acreworks bobbins finally.
Yay!
For my Ashford. These are just the regular size ones. I was hoping to get a bulky bobbin, but these ones work just as good. And then I have one on my wheel that I got too, and I'm doing the other half of this on it. So that's what I'm spinning. So I'll probably turn this in for detention, and then spin some more for classes because I forgot how much I miss spinning. And I joined the Spin 15 a Day challenge on Instagram, and the We Make Yarn challenge. They are doing like a photo a day for January, like all the spinners.
Mm-hmm. It's super fun. I'm super excited about it.
Like following all the people I can because I like to see spinning.
Well, the cool thing with Instagram now is you can follow a hashtag. So I'm following the Spin 15 in 2018 challenge and the We Make Yarn challenge. So then you see them all, or maybe not all of them, but a lot of them.
But I'm kind of annoyed with Instagram because since Facebook took over, they stopped being and I've had this problem for a while now.
Yeah.
Like stop showing you what people post at real time, and they show you what they think you want to see. So it's kind of like Facebook and their stupid top stories. And it makes me mad because I miss like half the stuff. So like I got on New Year's, and I was looking through my Instagram, and there was stuff from Christmas they were showing me still, and I was like, seriously, I want to see what's going on with people today.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It makes me mad too. But I found the more you like of people's stuff, like so I go to like the people that I follow that I haven't seen from and I go through and I like a bunch of their stuff. So like it pops back up. But it is annoying. I'd rather just see it in real time.
Yeah,
So I guess like the more you follow, like that would be hard. I don't know. I really don't know. I think
I
they
don't know.
should go back to how it was. Definitely.
Anyway, so back to that. So so I joined that. So like, I'm going to stop, like, because I know when I like don't spin, I miss it, and then I spin like binge spin. So I want to be more equal and spin consistently, if that makes sense,
Hmm.
every day.
Yeah, that's what's great about that spin 15 a day challenge. That's for the whole entire year, not just January.
Yeah.
Um,
The We Make Yarn is for just January.
right. I did the spin 15 in 15 back in like 2015, and that was like really awesome. And I think that's what really helped me um, spin on my spindles a lot more because sometimes it was just easy to pull it out and spend 15 minutes on it because it's not that much. But a lot of times I would spend way more time than 15 minutes on it, but it was fun. So I'm really glad I'm doing it again this year too. But yeah,
Okay, so have you spun anything lately?
yes. Currently I'm spinning on some Rolex that have been on here forever. Um, with this challenge, I am hoping to finish this within the next, month or two. Um, it will not be a for class or anything, but that's okay. I like my spinning projects. They're all special to me because they do take forever. They take me like 3 months to make like 4 ounces of yarn. Anyways, so that was that. But I also finished um, this second half of Leah's mashup. It's about 10 ounces, maybe a little more, fiber that I spun. It's all Polworth. I love how it turned out, except I like my yarn a little. I don't know if
Yeah.
that focusing. I like my yarn a little more round, and I don't know if I didn't rush through it because I had the other half already caked up that I was gonna start her sweater out of. Um, it's that way too. So I'm thinking I want to run it through the wheel and give it some more twist.
That might work.
I mean, it would work. I mean,
That might make it where you want it.
right. But my only thing is, it's like a ton of yards. This was like 1,000, like 1,200 yards. It's a lot, and that is 10,000 too. The other one, so I'd have to do both of them, and it takes like forever to apply. This is where I wish I had an e-spinner and just turn it on. I can run it through real fast, like without getting my legs tired. um, but I don't know. Jaja Girl said that I should knit up a sample and see how I like it, the fabric, before I do that. So I probably will do that with the one that I've caked up. Um,
Because you don't want it to be too stiff at the same time.
right. But it's going to be a sweater for Leah. So, like, I don't want it to be very loose where it's going to be
Hill.
able to rip or pill more, or you know what I mean? Yeah, I want it to be a little more durable for her because I know
Yeah.
she's
I yeah.
anyways. So that's what I'm wrestling with. I think I'll do a swatch today, and see what I think about it. Um, let's see what else. That's basically it. I finished, spinning that over the month and applied it over Christmas break. Oh, and then I started this Corky Hill Farms. Um, let me take my thing out. Sorry, it's on my wheel. Merino Insomnia is the colorway.
Oh, cool.
And then I've taken to doing this now. I spin a bit on the wheel and then I cut little slices into the cards and I wrap around a single so that I can check my consistency throughout spinning it. And it's helped. Anyways, this is it. It's blues and greens and purple.
That's cool.
It's very pretty. It's about 5 ounces, I think, and I probably have about half of it spun already. And in my very cool bucket bag with my knitting chickens. By Starnits. I wonder if I can hold this up real quick.
Cool.
So there you go. It's on the bobbin.
So what are you spinning that? Like, did you break it up in half?
No, I'm just spinning it as is, right off the braid. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna Navajo ply it or if I'm just going to two-ply it and see where the colors lay. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Crazy, right? I don't even have a plan.
That's cool.
But the color sections aren't that big. Like they switch pretty. I mean, they are because if I'm doing it, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do.
I think I like Navajo ply best because it's a more round yarn.
It is.
The most important. Plus, then you keep your colors together. But I like the way it up. So I don't know.
I like how I always do fractal though, so that's why I was like, man, I'm not gonna fractal. I just wanted to spin it as is and see how it went. I think I actually might just two-ply it and see how they line up, or if they don't line up, or if it's very barbapole. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. That's just what I started on for the Spin 15 a day challenge. I'm actually doing that, and every day I'm posting a picture on Instagram, and I'm starting, like 1 out of 365, 2 out of 365. And I want to try and do it every single day. If I miss a couple, I will not be super upset, but I think it'll be fun.
I need to do that because sometimes I forget to post on Instagram.
And then you can look back and see the number and see if you did it or not.
And some, like Snapfish or something, sometimes they'll let you make books from your Instagram. Or what is that thing? But anyways, you could do that like a whole year of spinning pictures. How much fun would that be?
That would be totally fun. It could be next year's calendar. Picture a day calendar of everything I spun the year before. Just kidding. I'm not obsessed at all. Yeah. So spinning. I'm excited. New year. Spinning galore. But that I have a ton of hand spun. I need to start knitting with it.
Yes, knitting with it is good. My goal right now is to get those kind of square cube things and put all my hand spun in it so it's out so I can see what I have to knit with. Even though it's all on Ravelry already, that's my goal.
I'm in the process of doing. I have those cubes and I have 2 of them filled up with hand spun. And then I have I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. And then behind me, and there's some over here too.
Yeah, so I need to do that myself.
So when I'm like, what should I make? And I browse my section. Though I realize I don't have much boyish color. Like Gabe wanted a red or black cat. And I'm like, do I have red? And then I looked through sock yarn and stuff. And I was like, I have red, but it has sparkles in it. Yeah. I'm very lacking on the boys. I have greens and blues, but not black or red. So anyways, those are just thoughts. But my fiber stash is dwindling down. That's something I'm going to be organizing for Quidditch. I'm going to bring all stuff up so I can see. I'm kind of excited that I'm running low on fiber. And then maybe I'll just dye my own stuff and see where we are financially, and I can buy some more stuff, but we'll see.
Yes. I asked for a fiber club for my birthday.
I was gonna say Three Waters Farms does a fiber club too. I wanted to tell you
Well,
that.
I gave Andy like a list of some. And then
Oh,
there's one by Bumblebee Acres Farm, I think is what they're, and they have a Harry Potter one. So
I
how can I not join that one? I mean, really, fiber.
I
Right?
saw a couple of posts of those, and I kind of really wanted it, but
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna just subscribe to that one. And it's not like a fiber club like where you pay for 3 months. It's like you pay monthly.
right.
So if I make it my goal to get that monthly, that would be cool. Like shop goal type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So let's move on to sewing. Did you do any sewing this last month?
I did. I made PJ pants for the kids, and I did it from an actual pattern, if you can believe that. I followed, it's from Patterns for Pirates. The pattern's called Walk the Plank Pajama Bottoms or something like that. It's a free pattern listed on their site. And they turned out pretty well. They're kind of big. I did, for the 3 older kids, I did the largest kid size. Um, so that's probably why. I don't know. I think if I would have just did the elastic a little differently, they would have been better. But I put some snaps on Chloe's and Truman's, and they're good to go. Let's see if I can.
Well, Chloe, though she's tall, she's the largest size is at like 14, 16.
It was a 14.
Yeah, so that's really big for her. What do you think?
She wears a size 14 pants.
Really?
It's like the hips and butt is what you go off of. So the length she isn't so much in need of. It's the booty.
Yeah.
Here I got a picture of them. I did not do applique on their shirts because it was like a day before Christmas, and I just or day before you guys are coming, and I just didn't have time, so I just bought them shirts to go with it. But they're all different plaid, and it works. But yeah, I made Joe and I some too, and they fit fine. They fit better than the ones I've made without a pattern, so I figure that's a bonus. So that I've since we're in sewing, I've really been looking at that site a lot, and she or they, I don't know who
It's
all.
one lady.
It's what okay. So she has really cool patterns, like for just like clothes, everyday clothes, and some different tops and stuff that I really think I want to try my hand at sewing some things for myself, and that possibly for the kids too, like the girls with like some of the cute shirts. They
Yeah.
have some really cute things.
Like it's
Sorry,
just
what?
an everyday T-shirt.
Yeah, just like t-shirts and stuff, like not like fancy things. 'Cause I'm totally not fancy. I'm like a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl. But they have them, and you've sewn the peg legs, which is a legging pattern.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, it just looks cool. And then they have because like joggers are all the rage for the kids these days. My boys are, they like them. They're comfy and they're like leggings for boys, whatever. But she has a pattern for those. Um, I don't know.
That's
Yeah, I want to try my hand at sewing more this year.
and I think he has like deals. Like if you buy so many, you get a free one.
Yeah, I think there's like package deals. Like there's a couple.
And then if you go on her Facebook group, or even maybe on her blog, but she has like where you can get the pattern printed, like at not necessarily Staples, but you get printed, but they print it on a big sheet of paper, so you don't have to tape them all together.
Yeah, you can send like when you buy the thing, you send it to
Yeah,
wherever.
and then they just print it for you. Like so, this is the pants pattern. I have to tape it all together or glue it or whatever, and then
Yeah, I used a glue stick on mine. It wasn't too bad.
So that's the pajama pants that I'm going to. So I was supposed to do it before Christmas, but I ran out of time, so didn't.
It happens. Um,
Ran it out of ink, so like that would happen.
I I also made these little pouches.
Oh, those are cute.
This one is for me. They're just little circle pouches for earbuds. I'm so sick. My kids don't know how to put anything away. So I always find like earbuds like all over the place, on the floor, on the couch, or whatever. So I made these so that they can put them in there and have a home for their things.
And then you need a little cup hook by the seating, the where you put your coats and stuff, and then they can hang them on there. So then you know where they are, because they're going to be like, "Where's my earbuds? I can't find my thing."
I know. Um, yeah, I really should actually.
So
um,
like you put your earbuds in here, and then you hang it up right here.
I know. I need to go get some command hooks.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I did a good amount of sewing.
That's cool. I had a couple of special orders before Christmas, which is also why I didn't get to the PJs. But I can show you pictures because I finished them. So I had some. I had a show number two. I made it market show, and then I made some mini box bags for a shop. They needed like 30 of them. So I made that. And then I made a needle roll for Gingy. So her mom needed a needle roll for 10-inch double pointed needles because her hands have arthritis, so she can only use the 10-inch ones. So I made her a needle roll. So I don't normally do needle roll, so it was like a prototype type of thing. I actually made another one that was a prototype. So yeah. Then for Mary, I made a box bag so she could give it to her sister who knits. And so I did that. And then I made, for the teacher's gifts, I made Fab Dories.
That's totally awesome.
And Andy, because he's the principal, for those of you who are just tuning in, he helped me pick out for each of the teachers like what they would get. So you can see like there's a bunch of stuff. So there's like yeah. So this one right here, it's just black fabric. So that teacher, he was Bella's teacher last year, and he plays Pokemon Go, but he doesn't want anyone to know, which is hilarious to me. He always he'll talk to me about it because I play Pokemon Go, but he's like, don't talk about it too loud. I don't want anyone to know. And I'm like, whatever, it's not a big deal.
Hilarious.
So I made it manly on the outside, so it was just like a black and white diamond print, and then on the inside I put Pokemon fabric.
Hilarious.
It was funny, but there was the math teacher got or the science teacher got science fun, stuff like that. So it was fun.
I'm sure they all love them. Those are really cool gifts.
So, and I made them the extra long, regular size, so they could find regular inserts, because I saw even at Michael's inserts for traveler's notebooks, and I know you can get them at Target, and you can also order them on Amazon. And then I printed a little thing 10 ways to use a traveler's notebook.
That's smart.
And just listed some people use them as an actual journal, some people use them as a planner, some people use them as a carry-all checkbook type thing, so I just printed that and put it how they could use it, so they knew how they would be able to use it. I would think that they could probably use it for planning.
Yeah.
Classes. Being a teacher, you need notebooks and stuff like that. So, but I know you can get inserts everywhere. And then I also put what size the inserts would be. So they could go on even Etsy and order like custom ones. Because I know like on Etsy you can find like calendar spread ones. You can find like dotted ones, lined ones. So yeah. So that's all the sewing I did, which is why I didn't get to the PJ pants, which is my goal for this month, along with getting ready for the Ocean City Fiber Festival that I have in February. So yeah.
Is mine a normal size, my February?
Yours is the regular size. It's not the extra long. So I do make regular size ones, but I started making them extra long. So they're like an inch longer so that when you have like more than like 3 inserts in, it still is longer than the inserts, if that makes sense.
No, I was just thinking of to actually like maybe not journal, but getting a bullet journal to like do like the calendar and like lists and stuff a little more because I've made my own, but I think just buying the inserts would be.
Yeah, so you can find places on Etsy that make them special for you, or you print them out and do your own. I follow a couple of bullet journals. I'm not like that dedicated though, so I mainly use mine for like taking notes and lists. I should do a calendar, but I use Awesome Calendar app on my phone and put everything in there and then put reminders, because if I don't have a reminder, I'm not going to remember. So that's what works for me. But some people really like planners, so go for it. But yeah, so that's all the sewing that I did.
Just a little bit. Cool. What's up next?
Gym. So
Gym. All right.
we might need to like restart that thing because we kind of like
We totally petered out, and you can totally blame me. And it's totally my fault. And the holidays. I'm gonna blame it on the holidays because life just gets busy. So I'll ever and everyone and see if they're still up for doing stuff. Um,
and maybe if anyone else wants to join our cardio challenge.
yeah. We haven't really. I said we'd just go around and knit or craft for the person under us, like kind of in a big circle. And I'll actually pair them up. So if anyone wants to join, go in that. Maybe I'll rename it. Should I rename it?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Or like just put open in the front or something. I don't know. We'll figure it
out. And maybe we'll do it for the next 2 months, like January and February.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because people are busy with Christmas crafting and but January 1st, New Year's resolutions and all that junk. I hate resolutions, but if it's your thing, cool. Though Leah and Chloe got Just Dance games for the Xbox, and they have been so much fun. I've been dancing and like just doing like 2 songs, like wears me out. It's like pathetic. But so my goal is to like just dance every single day. And I think that is going to be my cardio because it's totally fun and hilarious. And I'm digging it. So yeah.
We don't have that, and I was looking today at Walmart because they had a bunch of like cheaper games, and they had it for the Xbox One, but not the Xbox 360. So you look for the 360.
Just look on Amazon. We got the games, we got them pretty cheap. Like we didn't get the newest versions. We got like a couple of years. I think we got 2006.
The newest version. But I know Bella really liked that. So I think if we got that for our Xbox, we might need to get a Kinect, but we could get that from GameStop.
Yeah, I say we got ours from GameStop way cheap compared to the new ones that they wanted us. I think they wanted like $90 for it on Amazon. And I was like, no, thank you.
But my goal is to do for our cardio challenge is to get into really doing yoga again. Like I was doing it for a while there, and then I just kind of stopped. And I noticed like I feel shorter now because I always feel taller after I do yoga because you like stretch and you like work. Anyway, so that's my goal is to like start doing it at least twice a week to start, and then after that. That's my goal. Like right now, that's where I'm at. I just need more flexibility, and that's where I'm going.
I like don't want to put. I think I get caught up in like rules. Maybe not rules, but like I don't know. Like I want to do this, this, and this. Like I just want to actually move and do something.
That's exactly what I'm doing is where I'm at right now. Like I don't do New Year's resolutions because it's against my life code anymore. And but I do want to be like I want to move more, and I've been enjoying yoga lately, so that's where I'm going.
Oh, that's totally awesome. So, you want to join us? Come join us. We'll get that rolling again, and I will start doing like weekly check-ins with people.
That sounds good. Okay, binging.
I binged on all the Christmas movies, all of them.
No, because we found some that you did not watch.
Maybe not all of them. I watched all of them on Netflix, all like 35 of them. And then I moved on to our Sling TV and Hallmark Channel, and I watched pretty much all of those. And then I realized we had Amazon Prime. I was going through some of those, and then after Christmas, we were like when Allena was here, we were going through. I'm like, I didn't see that one or that one, so I don't think I'm gonna watch them this year, but I'll keep that in mind for next year. I'm Christmased out of the movies because they're all the same, and I could probably write and direct
Christmas movie.
better ones. um, but yeah, um,
Some of those you could probably act in because some of those actings are so bad. Like I could do a better job.
you know, they're hilarious though, and they're feel good and they're great. So whatever. And did you notice that there's like some actors and actresses that they only act in Christmas movies? Like I forget what her name is. Haley Duff. Is it Hillary Duff's sister?
Oh, really?
It is. She's in like 4 Christmas movies. I swear, like 4.
This does like Lifetime movies then, because she has to be in other stuff.
Well, I probably. I'm being really mean right now, but like it just cracks me up. I'm like, how many different Christmas movies can you be in? Um,
Maybe
anyways,
a Christmas kick that year.
they're different years. Anyways, so yeah, so I watched all the Christmas movies. And then when you guys were here, we did a Harry Potter marathon, which was totally awesome. And it got me thinking that I have not listened to the books in at least a couple of years. I think 2. Like I haven't actually. I think I started to maybe a year or 2 ago, but I stalled out somewhere. I forget where. So my goal is to listen to them all. I already listened to the first one over the last couple of days.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I just started the last one or the second one last night.
So I got the second illustrated Harry Potter book. So I think I'm going to start reading them. But I only have the first 2. So I'm waiting, I think, until I have them all so I can keep going.
That's awesome. I think I want them. I think if I read those, Chloe and Leah sometimes say that they don't like them, but I think they're lying because who doesn't like Harry Potter?
Right.
Anyways, so I think if I got those ones and actually read them to them, I think they might like them a little more in the future.
I binged on a couple of books. I finished Earthseed. It was like an older science fiction-y one. It was pretty good. It was kind of like, yeah, but there's like 3 in this series, but like the next one's like 20 years in the future after the first one, so they're older. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna listen to it. Like I looked at the little synopsis and I was like, I don't know. And then I finished Flash and Bones, which was the Temperance Brennan number 14. And then I started A is for Alibi by Sue Grafton. And I actually finished it. And then, like, right after I finished it, I put the B is for Burglar, I think is what it is. So she wrote all these books through the alphabet. And I put it on my list, and I actually just got it. But after I finished it, I saw she died like a couple of days, like a couple of weeks, like a week or 2 ago.
Kind of crazy.
and she was adamant when she was writing the books that they weren't going to be made into a TV series or a movie, and she didn't like ghostwriters. So she died before finishing Z. So she made it through all the alphabet through Y in her book series. And it's this Kinsey Milhone is what her name is. She's like a private detective, and it's really an interesting. Like, I like the strong woman stories. So the A one, it was good. Like, I figured out who did it and who it was pretty early on in the book, but it was an enjoyable story. And then people I've talked to who read more of the books, they say they get even better. So, yeah, but it was kind of sad to see like an author die. You know, she was like 77 and had been dealing with cancer. So, but yeah, so then I'm currently reading Bones Are Forever, which is by the 15th Temperance Brennan book. So, yeah, but that's where I'm at right now. Binging, like reading wise. So watching, I finished Fear the Walking Dead, and I finished Riverdale, and I finished The Magicians, but then they just put the second season or third season. They put the next season on Netflix, so I've been watching that again. It's like a really, really dark TV show. Like the books, like I had read the first half or most of that first book, and I just didn't like it. Mm-hmm. But I watched the TV show because I was like, well, I'll see if they did it better. Because, you know, they changed TV shows. And I did actually like it a little bit better, but it's super dark. It's kind of like if you grew up reading like Narnia, and then they like go to that place. So, but it's like super dark, and like everything that these kids wrote about is like totally warped and different. You know, that's the premise of this book and show. But so the show's like pretty a dark show. It's like, I think it's on Sci-Fi. But the second season's out, and I've been watching it slowly. Like I haven't watched much because we were visiting you guys. So, but yeah, but then we have, because Andy's going to school, we got Amazon Prime Student. So we can watch Amazon Prime again because we had stopped it for a while, Amazon Prime. So Psych is on there now. So I started re-watching that series because I watched that a little bit, but
what was that?
Psych.
Oh, Psych.
So I started watching that, and like it's like hilarious, and I like to laugh, so it was really good to watch that. So that's what I'm on, and I caught up on. I'm gonna start watching Man in the High Castle, which is really good. I watched the first season when we had Amazon Prime, and so I'm ready to start the second season now that it's on there. And then they have The Tick. Oh, I'm just excited because sometimes like you watch through the stuff on Netflix, and then they just start suggesting like stupid crap, and I'm kind of bored with. And they're like, "This is new," and it's not new because it's been on there for like years. Right. But Amazon, I was excited to see all these TV shows to watch. So, not that I get much watching done when I'm working, so I'll do more books than TV shows. But like at night, I'll watch some. So. But yeah, that's where I'm at watching. So. But Riverdale was really good, and that's on Netflix. So it's like the Archie comics, but like new and mysterious.
I don't remember that comic.
Remember we read them at Grandma's, and they were like the redhead kid.
I mean, maybe I was just too young. I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember that. So it's kind of cool to see it, but it's like totally modern and
yeah. So randomness. Are we done with the
randomly random?
I just wrote Christmas break on mine. So you guys came here, and it was totally awesome and fun. And now the house is quiet and sad. But no. We went to see movies at $5 movie Tuesdays, so that was cool. We saw
Star Wars.
Yeah, what's the name of the newest one?
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. That's right.
Oh man, it was so much fun.
It
And
was.
that night we went to see Pitch Perfect 3, which was hilarious.
It was.
So that was a lot of fun. But Christmas was fun, like, you know, except for everyone got sick.
Sorry.
I mean, it was inevitable because pretty much it's been going around here too. So yeah. So Bella was the last one to have it, and she had it on the way home. So she didn't get sick till we actually got home. So that was kind of nice. But we were home for a full day. Like, I'm glad we planned that because then she slept in till like 12.
That's good.
It was just a nice little vacation. Um, but we made presents, and Bella made soap for everyone. Like, we did like a melt and pour soap, and we added color, and then she went and got toys from the Dollar Tree and put them in.
They were cute.
Like a hidden treasure soap. It was so cool. So she um, made those, so that was fun. And we got like a pack of like bath toys for the littler kids that she used, and there was like a starfish in there, so she made one for me. So I used it this morning, but I didn't get my toy out yet because it's soap that has a toy in the middle. So it was fun. I think she enjoyed making that. And then I made like chapstick and um, bath stuff, like lotion, bath soap, like,
Bath salts and shaving butter stuff.
like that, for the grandparents, and then made shave balm for my brothers or brother-in-laws. So that's kind of cool. But
That's
also,
cool.
for shaving your legs. But anyway, so we just like made stuff. So that was a lot of fun, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was so fun. So, yeah, which is also why I didn't get to sewing the Christmas stuff. So. But yeah, anyways, so like we did that for Christmas vacation, and then we got back, and today was the first day of school, and they already had a 2-hour delay because it was like negative whatever today. It was so cold that they had a 2-hour delay.
That's crazy. The kids went back yesterday, so today's their second day, and it's freezing, but I think one of the pipes was somewhat frozen at Wilson at one of the kids' schools, but like they got it back or something. I don't know. But they're fine. They all are sad that they're going back, but that's okay.
That's
We've been getting eggs like mad from our chickens. I don't know if I talked about that yet on the podcast. Actually, I'll put a picture. They're so much fun. But I feel bad for them because it's cold out and they do well in cold weather, but it's like negative degrees out. Was it yesterday? It was like 12 degrees out, and I sat outside with them, and I'm like, oh, it's warm, like, which is sad because it's 12 degrees. Crazy. But yeah.
But it's not like they're just outside. Like they have.
No, they're in their run, and we put a tarp or tarps around them so that they're protected from the wind, and it's a lot warmer in there. But look at so there's our egg skelter, so you can leave it on the counter, and you take from the bottom, and you kind of have to help them along because they're still small. But so you take the oldest first or whatnot. But it's so fun going out there and checking them. I love it.
I kind of totally want chickens myself.
They're awesome. And they're my friends. They come and they buck, buck, buck at me, and they like to follow me around. They like me, and that makes me happy. But yeah, and we finally have them all named, and we can tell them apart. Well, I can at least. It's a little difficult because they're all pretty similar. But
figuring out which one lays what egg.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that unless we like actually watch it happen, which
You could put Joe's hunting camera in there. Find out.
They all lay in the same bot, like they all come and sit and lay, and it's
That's somewhere.
They like lay in the same areas because like once one lays an egg, they want to go and sit on it, and they lay their egg. They like take turns. It's weird, but still cool. So it's super freezing out, like -degrees. So like the eggs, we've had a couple freeze and they crack, and you can't use them when they do that. So I have to go out there and check every couple of hours in the morning to make sure we get them all and don't waste them. But no, it's been super fun and learning to raise them and stuff. And they eat all sorts of scraps and like leftover stuff from the kitchen. So that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Or not leftover, but you know what I mean? Like you cut up an apple and they eat the core and stuff like that.
Like
yeah.
Really compost. So
yeah.
I don't really have much else other than just Christmas vacation. The new term started. I'm in Slytherin. You're in Slytherin?
Yeah, I'm in Slytherin.
Oh.
I know. I'm super excited. I think it was nice. I did a newt last term. And I hadn't for a while and it was fun, but like I think the break month was nice, even though I like sewed a ton and did a bunch of stuff and crafting wise, and knit wise actually too. But like I think it was nice having a break.
Yeah.
And doing a newt again right away, because I think I did like I don't even know how many terms in a row before and I got kind of burnt out. So that's why I'm not doing a super advanced study, just the order mission.
I don't even think I'm going to be able to get into detention.
And then don't. Like, I'm all about the, do what makes you happy and craft happy. Don't stress, because sometimes I was stressing over things and that just makes it not fun and not enjoyable. And that's not what your crafting should be. It should be enjoyable.
Yeah, that's true. And then like my busy starting to be busy for me. Mm-hmm. So I try to have a show a month. So every month is busy, but like this is getting ready to go into the busy season. So I need to like extra craft. So
yeah,
not sure I actually have time for an owl.
And that's okay.
I might have time.
I'm finally okay with that. I used to be like, I have to get all the points to craft all the things, which I still want to do a lot, but like I'm not so obsessive now. It only took me 9 years to get to that point, but no.
Well, when I first started, we did the when we first started, we did the chocolate frog cards in Gryffindor.
Oh yeah.
And so I wanted to collect all of them. And now I'm like, oh, there's badge, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. People are like, don't you want a badge? And I'm like, no.
I'm more about like, I want to
use my computer for that. Just kidding.
But that's just me. But I'm more about like, I want to finish my projects.
Yeah. I'm all about the spinning lately, which is okay too. But no. I think I finally got my knitting mojo back, which wasn't around for like the whole of last year, but I still like to spin a lot. But yeah, so we're just totally rambling.
So we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So have a good crafting 2 weeks, and we'll see you then.
And happy 2018.
Yes, happy New Year.
Peace out.